Okay, that worked. That's cool. And let me record us here just for backup.
We're happy and we're singing.
All right, we good to go. All right, y'all. Welcome to episode 5. We made it to 5 episodes
Really? Okay.
of Feel Free Conversations. I am Mike Brown, here with James, that yoga dude Woods, and yeah, we are here with y'all. We appreciate y'all being here.
What's
James,
going on, everybody? I feel
yeah, how you feeling today?
I feel progress. Feel like I'm progressing. Feels good, man. How you feeling today?
I feel that too. I like that word. I think in the last couple of days I just been feeling very aligned and
Mm-hmm.
that feels good. That feels good.
What's up, man? I hope I'm using the word right. Progressive. That insurance. The lady with the commercials comes up, but what is Flo? Her name is Flo. Flo. That's interesting. Ooh, I think they're doing something. Aligned with what? What are you aligned with?
Uh I feel just aligned in my journey. Um
Mm-hmm.
like just that right place, right time type of thing. Just really
Mm-hmm.
being in the I guess in the flow.
That is interesting. Do you ever feel? Do you feel right place, right time, or do you feel wrong place, wrong time while you in that place, where you look back at it and be like, I was in the wrong
Uh I think when I was less conscious,
place? Mm-hmm.
I could possibly feel, well, it's funny I'm saying when I was less conscious, but I guess I was very like aware of
Mm-hmm.
being in the wrong place at the wrong time, but I guess just not listening.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So like now just, you know, yeah, I feel more often than not in the right place. I don't really feel in the wrong place ever. Um Sometimes overthinking can make me feel like I need to be somewhere else or like, just projecting too far into the future, feeling like I need to be somewhere else or even running from
Mm-hmm.
the past could make me feel like I need to be somewhere else. But no, right now I feel like I said in alignment, but also, it alignment for me kind of relates to being in the flow.
Yeah, I think as you say that, sometimes I can even run from the moment. I guess running from the moment because I'm thinking about the past or I'm thinking about the future. So it's like I might be in the perfect moment, but I'm thinking about a previous time where I got hurt or something like that. And then that comes into the moment and I'm like, oh no, this ain't right. This ain't right. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Um I think in the past couple of weeks I've been very focused on just being in the present. So even when I feel that like I could feel myself sometimes journaling and like kind of projecting too far ahead and I have to remind myself like, yo,
Mm-hmm.
just be here right now. Like just be in the present and everything else will kind of just figure itself out.
Yeah, I think the most powerful thing that brings me into present, forces me to be present is relationship, where it's like my mind can go, oh, she did this happened, this person did this, that. I see their patterns, they gonna do it like this. This is who they are, this is what's gonna happen, this is who I am, this is what's gonna happen. And it forces me to come back to the moment. Like I can change anything I want to right now. I can align however I want to right now in this moment instead of relying on the old data that I have about what this person did or what this person didn't do or what I did or what didn't do. And sometimes I can't come into that moment or it's hard to come into that moment because of the emotions are so high. I'm just into that whatever emotion it is. So it's it's huge for me to be able to come into the moment and be present when I'm feeling a type of way about what she didn't did or what he didn't said or what's going on or something like that. So it's that's an important reminder to stay present and in the moment, man.
Yeah. And I think because as I'm listening to you, I'm like, man, I guess like I really been embracing being in my own bubble. And that stuff is starting to affect me less and less as far as like what somebody else is doing or what's happening outside of my world because yeah, I don't have no control over it. You know, I used to get in my feelings about seeing somebody like, damn, why they get this opportunity? I've been working hard, I've been doing this, and I see it now and I really don't care because like I really enjoy and love what I'm building. And I look forward to being the person that's what Weezy said, uh I'm handing them out now. I don't need a
Yeah.
G pass. I'm passing. Like I look forward to being the person, sharing opportunities with people, because what's mine is mine, and I feel that at every stage of this shit. So, you know, I know, like I said, right time, right place. I'm where I'm supposed to be, and I'm gonna keep progressing to where I need to be as I move through this journey.
I don't like that. And I'm working on progressing to still understand what's mine is mine in relationships where the person does something that still affects me.
Mm,
Like they do something and it has an effect on me, but still me being able to see exactly where that effect on me is and keep it there and not make it personal. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like, oh, okay, you doing X and it's gonna make me late for a Y or whatever, but that has nothing to do with me. Like that's what you got to do. So, what do I need to do to not spiral out of control because of what your things is and stuff, and looking at the reality. So, because it's outside people who have really no influence over my life. I still do look at other people like, oh man, they doing this, making it happen, everything. And that's kind of is what it is. But the people who do actually have an influence in my life in a way, really acknowledging the influence that they have and acknowledging the part that I give, know, like, oh, okay, you have an influence in my life because I love you in this way. I care about you in this way. But let me make sure I put myself over your influence on me. And it ain't even no hard feelings or nothing like that. It's just I gotta put me over your influence.
yeah. I
Working
feel
on it,
that.
man.
I feel that. Sure. Well, we got a couple of people tuned in on YouTube. I see some people here. So, why we do a meditation for us, for the folks that's here, kind of just bring us all in the same space.
All right. What up, folks? I can't see y'all, but I feel y'all. And I think everybody's in a flow, being in this right place at the right time. So this is what you're going to get for your attendance here. And not only physical attendance, mental attendance, but your whole being just being here. And we're going to relax the physical by dropping the shoulders, relaxing the hands. And if you can, go ahead and close your eyes. Closing your eyes, I want you to breathe deeply into the nose, all the way down into the belly, to the lungs, to the back. And then let that same breath out of the mouth, just letting it go. Let's take two more of those. We breathe in deep through the nose, filling up the body, the mind, the spirit. And then exhale, letting go of any tension. One more time, you're going to breathe in through the nose and exhale. It's your choice on what you let go, that you don't need to hold on to anymore. So you can be here, be present, aligned in the flow. Being here with your mind and your body, your spirit, your soul, your force, your energy, and let the breath tap into it. As you gently inhale and exhale, you feel everything you need growing. Your confidence is growing. Your peace, the knowledge that you are safe, the knowledge that you are enough is growing every time you take a breath in. Every time you exhale, just letting anything go that doesn't serve you. You really don't need it. Let's take 3 more deep breaths and a long exhale. 2 more. One more. Slowly coming back into this space. Move your head, move your neck, move your shoulders. Feeling good about what you just accomplished. Whew. Welcome back.
I appreciate that.
Hey, man, I appreciate that too. I appreciate
A-
you.
And I hope nobody was driving and closing their eyes.
Right, right, right. Don't do that. Or cooking or nothing like that.
Right. Man, I had a question for you because I know last episode we took on a challenge of um not lying in February, and I wanted to know how that was going for you.
No lies in Black History Month. It has been very interesting. I told a lie last night that I realized. I forgot to text you. I lied and said I was going to get something done in a time period that I didn't. It took a lot longer. Um, my intentions was not a lie, but the follow through made me lie. So that made me really just think about the boundaries around my time and the boundaries that I need to put in place to make sure my word is my word and I stay integral with my word. So I really appreciate looking at it that way because it is just more than, oh yeah, it's raining outside, but it's sunny, or it's black when it's white. Like I'm straight up just kind of kid lies. It's understanding, and I know you're reading the um, what's the name? The Four Secrets, the
Um,
four
yeah,
agreements.
yeah, I did that one last month. I'm on All About Love this month.
All about love. Yep, Bell Hooks. She knocking me in the head with her willing to change. But the four agreements, it stays on my mind of what it means to be impeccable with your word. Where um, I first have to learn how to trust my word. So me trusting my word makes my word actually powerful, actual manifesting tool. But if it don't start with me, it ain't gonna happen. So just really being careful about the words that I share and speak, because I'm very used to being casual and just throwing out some BS. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do this, that's cool, everything like that. Yeah, 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 no doubt, I got you. And then not doing it, and then going back and saying, "Oh man, it wasn't that important, or it wasn't this, it wasn't that." Da da da. Keeping it off of me, keeping it off my person. But now with this Black History Month no lie challenge, I'm putting it on my person. Like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, it's on me to make this happen, make this true. Um, so yeah, man, that's what I'm doing with it so far. What are we? Day nine,
Yep.
9 days in. Yeah, and how is it going for you? And then I have a question for you afterwards.
9 days in. I think I'm like 5 lies in.
5 lies in.
Um, and I count the ones where I withhold. So
Mm-hmm.
where even if it's not just an outward like making up some shit,
Mm-hmm.
um, it's been more so me feeling it internally, like, damn, I should have said something, and overcommitting, kind of in relation to what you were saying, like saying, yes, I could
Mm-hmm.
get this done, yes, I can do this. And actually I have a commitment due tomorrow. And I told myself if I don't get it done, I'm a liar because I
Mhm.
said I would have it done by the end of this week, and I'm almost done. But yeah. So it's really holding me accountable just in general of like,
Mhm.
you know, don't say that you're going to do something if you're not. And I was challenged with that maybe like a day or two ago. Somebody asked me to give them a price on something, and rather than just making it up on the spot, or I told them give me some time to see
Mhm.
how much work it is, and then I can figure out what the value of it is for me.
Yeah. What does that mean if you are a liar?
uh I don't know, because it feels like literally everybody does it in their own way. I think just for me, it doesn't feel good, so
Mhm.
I just don't want to do it. Like it doesn't really have a true meaning to me. I think because I almost in my head was like, well, I don't lie in this way. Like I'm not just making up shit, but it's like a lie is a lie
It's a
regardless.
lie.
So for me, it's just like it's just something I don't want to do, you know?
Yeah. My girl, her 7-year-old, he be lying and just be, a little kid like, yeah, and then the water and I jump like, come on, man. And it's dangerous and there's safety issues within it. But the most important thing is like, man, don't start that practice. But I definitely know as a kid, I was a liar like that too.
How do you create safety for him to tell the truth?
First, me telling the truth, because I'll be lying to him sometimes. Oh yeah, don't if you do that, it'll chop your hand off or something like that. But first, me coming with the truth, and then giving them an opportunity to lie and say, and not just jump on them about don't lie, da 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 da. But like, why did you like? What did you really need? Let's talk about what you really needed. Did you just need some attention? Did you need a hug? Did you need this? So it feels better to tell the truth than to lie. And I know as a kid growing up, it didn't feel better to tell the truth in my mind because it was like, oh, if I tell the truth, I'm gonna get in trouble. But now it's like, okay, if you tell the truth, you're gonna deal with some consequences. Ain't that sounded hard? You're gonna deal with some consequences. You're gonna have some consequences, but you also gonna have me. Like you're gonna have, I want to give you that level of connection and intimacy where it's like, hey, I get it, life is hard, but you have a space here to be able to share it with somebody who cares about you. And that's I think that's the biggest thing to be about not being a liar is that cuts off intimacy with myself and other people.
Yeah.
And um yeah, and reclaiming myself from all the lies that I've told and I've been told and I believed. That's a huge part of it, man. Is reclaiming itself and not telling lies. And not, because we all a part of lies. Let Cat Williams tell it. We all living in a lie a bunch of times. Currency had a dope. The Currency's new album is dope too. Um, but yeah, we all being lied to, but that don't make us like. I think us being lied to is just like a part of us becoming machines, not human and stuff, just taking in stuff. But like a big part of reclaiming my manhood, my personhood, my own soul, my own spirit, my own mind is just truth. You know,
Yeah.
well, yeah. Because yeah, just straight up truth is, and every religion says it. The truth shall set you free. Yeah, understanding what that really means.
It really does. I feel like every time I've been in a space of like being afraid of the truth and actually following through with the truth, it's almost been like a release, you know?
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, um, it's a new paradigm. It's a word thrown out there, but coming from a place of lying is okay and everybody lies, but if you get lied to, it's so offensive. You know what I mean? It's like, just let me worry about my truth.
Yeah.
That opens my question that has just kind of stuck in my mind. What happens if Mike Brown doesn't get his way?
If I don't get my way, uh, I don't know. Like that's an interesting question because I'm like, if I don't get my way, um, I don't know. I always figure shit out. Like I can't think of anything right now in my life where like I don't get my way. Does that make sense? Like I'm trying to like
Mm-hmm.
I'm having a hard time of thinking like when do I don't get my way? Like I think I've just always been a nigga to figure some shit out. So, you know, if I don't get my way, I figure it out.
Um, yeah, that's interesting. I'm just kind of hearing you saying that, and other people too, like being in situations where people like, if I don't get my way, I'm gonna do it myself, and that could be detrimental to relationship and building communication if it comes with a shutdown, you
Yeah.
know. And so, and that I've seen it, and I can do it myself too. If I don't get my way, I'm severing this relationship and just relying on me. It doesn't, and I'm not trying to make it as intense as that sounds, but
And
if
you
I
mean
don't get my
like getting my way in like romantic relationships or like just in like because
all the above,
I'm thinking like just in life in general.
all the
But
above.
like if I don't get my way in a romantic relationship or just in a human to human relationship,
Mm-hmm.
um, I try to communicate and I feel like it's situation dependent. It depends on what it is. Like, if it's something that feels like, you know, very valuable to my life and it doesn't feel conducive to this space, like this might not be the space for me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I think even in a romantic relationship or a business relationship, we probably gonna show up the same. Where for me, if I don't get my way, yeah, I'm gonna shut down sometimes. Um, I can become passive aggressive. I can become, I can isolate and just be like, I don't even want to do it no more. So I am working towards, as you said, getting to that place of communicating. Like, even with the money situation, the fees. Like, if I don't get my way to fee, uh, I have the ability to communicate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And even with that, like listening to you, like I have always been a person that is able to compromise. Like I'm a very passionate person. So, it's hard for me to back down on what I believe. But I think when I remove myself from like my thing and look at the overall, so it's like, like you're saying in a relationship, as opposed to looking at my and looking at we, sometimes you got to take a step back to find the balance within it. So it's like, it may not all go my way, but
Mm-hmm.
we could figure out a way that speaks to our way, you know?
Right. What is the extreme or the kind of different side of compromise where if you don't get your way, this is all like boundaries and stuff. If you don't get your way, you let your way go to go the other person's way, just to kind of not have to deal with it tonight. I can't think of that word, but you know what I'm talking about.
Uh, I do understand what you're saying, and I think I've only acted in that way when I didn't have tools. Uh,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
I would say
mm-hmm,
like in my first relationship, I kind of just went with the flow.
mm-hmm.
I guess that's being passive,
There,
to
yes, 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 there it is.
avoid conflict. And
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, there it is.
I, I wear my emotions on my face, on my sleeve. So it's hard for me to not show when I'm not feeling something. So you're gonna feel it on me in some type of way. And rather than me just, harboring these feelings and just letting you see them, I have to express them. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't really I don't do that. Um, yeah, I don't do that.
Uh-oh.
Nah.
Mike,
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you froze though. Went out for a while. Can you hear me?
Damn, did I freeze up?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I can
Got
hear you. Am I
running.
back?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Let me see.
That internet running low.
Okay. Yeah, no, I was saying right, right. uh my mom's therapist identified me as a peacemaker and not a peacekeeper.
Mm,
And I think what you were saying is somebody that wants to just keep peace,
mm,
and I don't know. I'm a solution based person. So
mm,
I want to get to a solution as opposed to just like, you know, I don't know. Even in business and shit, I'm not like a you're right, I'm wrong, or I don't do that shit.
yeah, I'm waking my way to that more. I think I have unconsciously been um all of that peacekeeper, passive aggressive, passive, um, avoiding and then just shutting down stuff. And so I'm learning how to communicate when I don't get my way. Um, I was talking to a couples therapist and saying, there's a right way and then there's a way that works. And I think everybody feel like their way is right, but you got to work to make it work, you know. And I can't do those things that a 7 year old, not even, I feel like I'm coming at them, but I've seen in a 7 year old do when I don't get my way, because you see the same thing in adults as in kids. If somebody don't get their way, they can become aggressive. They can become, they whine, they complain, and just seeing that and how it looks, it's like, okay, what do I do when I don't get my way? And being able to recognize it so I don't go to those places and I actually communicate and I look for those solutions because sometimes it's like I didn't get my way, that ain't right. I'm stuck in this point and I just want to complain. I just want to be mad. I want to be in my feelings because it ain't right and I didn't get my way. And it's like, nah, man, don't stay there, James.
I think for
Don't
me
stay there.
it's been a journey of being overly peacekeeper and
Mm-hmm.
people pleaser to being rebellious and anti everything to really having to find some balance in it. And something that came from me up for me as you were talking was I'm a leader, but I'm also not afraid to be led.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's why I'm able to find balance in it.
Mm-hmm. What do you prefer?
Uh I think it's all like it's all situation dependent. I really do appreciate the balance. Like I don't know everything. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
everything. Uh I share my perspective, in whatever connection I'm in. I receive whatever perspective is given to me and find that common ground within it. Like, I think well we both have played sports and being an athlete, everybody has their goal of what they want to do, but the ultimate goal is to win that championship as a team.
Mm-hmm.
And that is kind of how I see life and relationships is like, you got your goals and I got my goals, but what are we looking to accomplish together and how do we align that, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's more cases in my life where leadership does not feel natural to me and where following does. Um, but I'm learning more about what leadership really means, about, like you said, about a common goal and stuff. In sports, growing up, I felt like I was always a role player, and I I went to my role and I stayed there. I'm gonna get you a couple rebounds. I'm gonna get you some hustle plays. I might get a putback or something like that, get a little assist, and that's it. That's cool. That's my role. If you ask me to step up to more than that, it's a little shaky. Football field, I'm gonna lock my side down. I'm gonna do what I need to do. So I am transitioning out of that mindset of I just need to do what I need to do to make sure, when we go back and watch game film, oh, see, coach, I was doing what I was supposed to do. I'm doing what I'm like, nah, did we win? You know? So, um, I'm shifting to a point where winning is more important and prominent in my life than did I do what I was supposed to do? Did I play my role in this? And,
Did I hit 3 shots? Like fuck that.
did I
Like
hit 3 shots?
winning has always been valuable to me, and I say I'm a leader, but I also have always known when to step up or step back. Um, you know, I think I figured out that I was a leader by wanting to always be that person that plays the back, and life has never allowed me to do
Mm-hmm.
that. So I've always had to step up. I've always had to, like you said, in the game, when the game is on the line, I got to get that big rebound. I got to get that block. You know, like I'm may not always be the person that's doing the flashy shit, but I'm doing the shit that really counts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I think, like you said, at the end of the day, it all counts if we win.
For sure.
You know what I mean? It all counts if we win. And learning that as a leader, where nothing is counts more than the other one is if it's we all in the same thing on the same page. You know, Kobe couldn't do it without what's the white dude named Mark Madsen?
Well,
You remember that is
I thought you was gonna say Andrew Bynum.
Andrew Bynum, right? He won a ring with Bynum. Uh,
I don't even remember shit. I
right. I
think
don't know.
so. I think so.
I just remember Mad Dog, like at the parade, winning Mad Dog, Mark Madsen. And Mark Madsen, he was like a real role player. Corny looking white dude, but Kobe couldn't have did it without him. Robert Ory, he probably got like 18, 20 rings. And, he was never the star on the team and stuff. So um, I don't know how we got here to Mark Madsen and Robert Ory and everything like that. But this is a good place to take a break so I can pee.
That's a bit.
All right. Oh, y'all.
Let's see. We got some folks here watching. Shit, if you have anything you want to share, you could definitely put it in the chat. We here. The shirt will be available next month. I don't know if you can see it. Healing in real time. Um, Having a big sale for March. It'll be Merch Madness. We did one last year, sold a whole lot of merch. So I'm trying to double that this year. Oh man. Ugh, ugh. Mm.
All right. Mike, any places that you stay away from so you don't lie?
Any places I stay away from so I don't lie.
Places, places, people, things.
Uh yeah, probably dating apps.
Mm,
Yeah.
hmm. Um, have you replaced dating apps with something else?
Uh I don't know. I've been spending a lot of time on like YouTube, just kind of, I guess, doom scrolling is what they call it. I doom scroll a lot on YouTube and Instagram, and I started doing Twitter yesterday. I'm addicted.
Mm.
um,
um,
yeah, I don't know. You know what? It's not even something that would come up regularly for me. I think it's something that when I would be stressed out, it would be like a tool or, just an escape tool. And
mhm.
I think being present is probably what I've replaced that with, like really being conscious of, I know this ain't gonna make me feel good. I know it's gonna make me feel uncomfortable. I probably shouldn't do this.
Um, but you used to like scroll through the apps, or you be interacting with people.
Both. Both. Sometimes
Yeah,
it'll just be just looking at the same motherfuckers on there.
yeah. And like you get messages and stuff, and then you talking.
Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I would just get on there, be on there for like 30 minutes and then just delete it.
Uh,
Yeah.
what's new on here? Who's the new?
And
Yeah,
not even that. Sometimes just like this is a old coping mechanism. Let me just
really.
get on here and just do this because it's a comfort. Like not
Maybe that.
even some people do, some people don't. Like I'm telling you, like it was an addiction, and I'm being
Mm,
serious about that. Like it was just like sometimes it would be like, why am I even here? I'm not even looking for anything. What am I
mm,
doing? But I've
mm.
been doing this since I was 17, 37. That's 20 years.
Man, that's crazy.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
really looking at like the places of my life where it was like it was just normal, like this was my norm. So, as you exiting out of that shit and it just come up for you, it's like, but this don't even speak to my life right now. Why am I doing this? What is
Mm,
this? That was why I sent that email out like, hey, this is what I've been doing. Like I had to call myself out. Like
mm,
it's kind of like what we were talking about of just telling the truth and the truth like releasing some weight off of you. Like, hey, this is what I'm
mm,
experiencing right now. I got to get this shit off so I could fucking like move the fuck on. And it's really been a lot easier to just move on. Like,
mm. That's up. Is that lie was the thing holding you attached to. Um,
I think it's easier to lie in the dark.
mm,
When you in the light, it ain't as easy to lie.
all right. How do you feel about Travis Scott?
Travis Scott, I don't feel anything about Travis Scott to be honest with you.
That's funny and random.
His music don't speak to me that much. And that's not to say he's a good or bad musician. It just doesn't resonate with me. I watched his Grammy performance and it was terrible.
Yeah, for some reason when you said in the dark, it just made me think about him and like being when you in the spotlight, when you're in front of all those people, all your flaws and stuff are out there, and just you know, you got to be truthful with yourself and deal with them in the ways that you got to deal with whoever you are in that moment. I don't know why he came to mind. Well, he came to mind because I feel like I remember seeing something of him having a big pimple or something, or him being unattractive, and like you got to deal with that with everybody looking at you and stuff. And I don't know. I don't know. My mind just took me there, but yeah, I think that's a big part of what holds me back in a lot of sense too. Of like, I don't want people to see some truths and stuff. I think not yesterday, but last week. No, it was this week on Tuesday. I spoke to a group of kids in Palm Springs, and this may have been the first time ever I really told more truth about my story, about having two DUIs and about getting in my accident and being drunk. Um, and it felt like I said the best speech I ever gave. I don't, and even when I speak, I love for people to come up to me and ask questions and stuff afterwards. I love for asking. So a couple of people asked questions, but I didn't have a line of people asking me questions and stuff like that. And it was kind of you get off the stage and everybody's like, so it was like it's an awkward feeling of I just told y'all. It really was. It was a. I ended up leaving afterwards not too long because it was like I just told y'all I'm a drunkard and I crashed my car. And I told y'all about my parents. I told y'all about my childhood. And I didn't wanted somebody to be like, it's okay. Good job. You told the truth. But I didn't get that. So I had to just kind of give it to myself. Um, and I'm still giving it to myself. I'm going to tell those stories and stuff again and again. And the more I tell those stories and tell the full truth of it, the easier it becomes and the more I can recognize what I need from myself. And, you know, if nobody asks a question, if nobody says anything, if people just act like whatever, it's because it is. They don't care. Everybody got their story. Nobody cares. You know, some people might remember it and have an impact on, like one person said something to me and everything like that. But then other people was just like, all right, I'm scroll to the next story, on to the next thing, stuff like that. I really want my story to be able to help people, but it's still helping me the more I tell the truth about it and stuff. So, um, yeah, I don't want to avoid the truth even in any way. I don't even want to twist it and make it look pretty. It's like, nah, this is what it is. This is what happened. This is who I am. This is where I'm at. I'm still waiting to hear back from a job because they like, hey, you got a DUI, two of them, pretty much. So, and that affects my life and my livelihood. But that's my truth. So, what am I going to do to move and rock with that? Just living with that.
And I think that's dope that you are sharing your truth because I think it's going to align, whatever is supposed to be connected to you with you. Because if you out here lying, as soon as people find out the truth, they're gonna be done with you anyway, you know.
Yeah.
So that's dope that you sharing your truth. And, you know, I think you should feel empowered by that because if people are uncomfortable with your truth, like that should make you think, what are people comfortable with? Like y'all comfortable with the lies? Like y'all like that shit? You know what I'm saying?
And even if they are, um, I just don't want to be comfortable with my lies.
Yeah.
I mean, like that's the big thing. I want to be comfortable with my truth. That's everything. Like the whole real truth. I don't want to try to make it fit into this program, into this audience, into this situation. Like this is my whole real truth, man. I like to do David Goggins because that's like his own philosophy. His whole thing is like I just tell myself the truth, and I tell my truth. And I deal with my truth on a daily basis. That is something that not a lot of people do, man. And
Yeah.
it's very accepted into our society, culture, whatever. And it is what it is. But um, I'm committing to my truth, and it's hard, man. Sometimes to see that my truth ain't working. You know what I mean? I guess the truth is always working and always works, but to tell the truth about my lie not working, I guess. Like, I can't use that lie no more. It ain't working. I got to just go with the truth. So I was like, here we go. Here we go. You know what we
That's
doing,
real.
man. Let's do a rapid fire before we get up out of here, man. My lawn people, they're not here today. So my timing is kind of off. See what happens. Uh, three questions got for you. One word answer. Man.
Me.
Future.
Me. Dirty Sprite.
Sound.
Life.
Mm.
Three questions for you. Um, Nature,
Peace.
energy,
Light.
sports.
Da-da-dun, da-da-dun, boom. Da-da-dun, da-da-dun, boom. Da-da-dun, da-da-dun, dun, dun, dun. You remember that? Talking about like that. It'd be like the football. That's the football theme song on one of the on Fox with
Yeah,
John Madden. Dun, 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 dun. Did you say sports or you said football? You said
I said
sports.
sports.
Yeah, that this song right there. Yeah, I love sports. Yeah, man, cool. Mike Brown, I want to talk to you later about putting together a show I think I want to do on a Saturday morning.
Okay.
Um, and the title of the show is going to be mm. It's actually going to be three M's, M. And if you know, you know. We're going to talk about that, man. I'm gonna do it. I definitely want your guidance and your support because you are the podcast slash show slash. It'll be a group. It'll be a group of people interacting and stuff like that.
That'll be dope.
Guru. Um, and I wanted to, yeah, I'm dedicated to it. I did free yoga in the park every Saturday for 4 years. And I stopped. That was probably about 4 years ago. And that just kind of, it always reminds me of when you put your mind something, you dedicate to it, you can show up and do it, you know? So, uh, yeah, MMM, Million Man Meditation, look out for it. But before then, go ahead and click the link in the description so you can join this upcoming wellness class. I'm gonna be doing some meditation. You're gonna be doing some meditation. I'm gonna be doing some yoga. You're gonna be doing some yoga. We're gonna be talking about how we can get this stress up out of us and really look at the truth. And of course, in a fun and engaging way. So go ahead and click the link in the description so you can sign up for this class. I'm gonna give it to y'all for free this week. But understand, ain't nothing free. I need your time. I need your energy. I need your focus. I need you to be there. Then you can be there for yourself. Just really exchange that energy. That word energy also, I said light and I also said me, all the same. So yeah, go ahead and click that link wherever Mike Brown's puts it and join this upcoming Yelling to Yoga workshop, class, session, group, whatever. Just join me for about an hour at that time and we're gonna make some things happen in our lives.
That's dope. Um, Again, like I said earlier, March releasing new merch. Last year I did a Merch Madness campaign. This year I'm doing another one. I sold about 20, 30 items last year. Let's go for 50 this year. So this shirt, Healing in Real Time,
Hey,
it will be back. In new colors. Also, I have some other stuff that I will be bringing back and some new stuff that's coming. So be sure to check that out. Probably on my website, justmikebrown.com. I'll figure out a location and I'll let you know. But yeah, y'all tap in for that. You can find James at www.thatyogadude.com. You can find me justmikebrown.com. We are on the socials. We are everywhere. Tap in with us. We appreciate y'all tuning in.
namaste.
Peace.